How to Keep a Woman Happy, a video by Keira Lothan. It's been a while, I think, since I watched, so it's probably been a month, but I really enjoy watching her videos, specifically on these streams, because I feel like there is a sort of say way to communicate with each other. I'm not technically reacting to a video, but I in some ways responding to her comments. Since she's just sharing her thoughts and I'm sharing thoughts as an answer. And that turns into a, so to say, discussion. Well, it doesn't turn into a discussion because she can't hear me. I've actually DM'd her. I've DM'd her on Instagram and invited to a collab, but I haven't had a response since. So, Keira, if you're watching this, go check your DMs, maybe from a couple weeks ago. And you can find Zyno Slavitel there. I actually think that I'm hard not to spot, so I think she just ignored. But if you just accidentally missed it, go check that back. Now, why are we reacting to this video specifically? First of all, because I saved it, because I was interested, and it was popping up in my recommendations a lot. But also, we kind of started a topic of relationships in the last streams. So, really looking at men and women in this category. So, I wanted to continue investigating this topic even while doing the Tuesday stream. So, therefore, as I promised you, we have a Keira Lothan stream, but we don't really exit away from the topic. And yeah, we're going to discuss both women and men and everyone in general. So the video should be interesting, particularly I think mostly for men who are watching this, but also women. You know, maybe you will like something or dislike something. You can always disagree in the comment section. Just make sure I don't get in the shadow ban again, all right? With that being said, let's start listening.
How do you keep a woman happy? A
Tell us.
woman, honestly, like it's not as simple as a man, but it can be simple if you understand her as a woman.
Oh yeah, I remember we had a reaction where she talked about how to keep a man happy, and that blew up. So maybe this one will as well.
And I feel like just understanding a woman in general would make her happy as hell. Like just for a man to understand a woman is rare enough because it takes so much patience, it takes time and effort to really understand a woman. A woman
I love that she started with the word patience. Like, I genuinely feel that the reason why I dislike giving up in relationships a lot of the times is because I genuinely believe that women are the ones that need more time. Like, seriously, they need much more time in anything. You know, the jokes about women preparing to go out and that they need more time, it kind of is true, but not only for them preparing, like leaning into a relationship, trusting a person, being there for a person. I think that any sort of action for a woman is much long period. Like, probably this is one of the reasons why uh I don't want to call people call women slow, but I think this is one of the reasons why when they, for example, lose something and or they have a problem, it's much harder for them to get over it, just because they were leaning into it for much longer time. Usually for men it's easier because you don't dedicate that much. You just act, you just do it. And then when it either works or it doesn't work. Well, as for women, you know, they trust, they work on something, and then it blows out. Then it blows out completely horribly as they planned. That's devastating. That's devastating, and they need more time to come back from it. So yeah, patience is the number one word. Let's write it down somewhere. Do I have a paper? I have to stick this one somewhere. But go on.
is complicated, okay? And for any man who really puts his time and effort into understanding his woman, kudos, okay? Like that's how you keep a woman. That's how you really like keep a woman happy, okay?
So I've written the number one thing is patience. Well, let me see if you can see it. Yeah, patience. That's the number one thing.
One of the main things that a man stresses about is work, and work can bring a lot of negative, like a lot of negativity into the man's life, a lot of stress, a lot of difficulties, challenges, and all this stress on the man can make him feel like he has to pour it onto someone else, right?
I don't know, but I'll swear, I think that women stress at work much more. I think that an average woman, uh, I think that an average woman, or okay, no, that's the wrong way to formulate. If we take 100 random women and 100 absolutely random men, and their jobs will be approximately equivalent to each other, I feel that women not only are more stressed at work, but they don't like it much more. They hate it much more than men. I don't know. It's just something that comes from experience. Like this is not. I'm not going to try to explain it in in any way, in any theory, in a conservative or liberal theory. But this is something that I witnessed while talking to different men and talking with different females, with different women. Sorry.
Needs to talk about it with his woman, maybe, like talk about his work and what he did there. What a woman does not want to hear is all the negativity and complaining. Like, if you're complaining about work and you're still getting the problem solved, but you're just complaining, like, you're still doing the work, you're still doing what you gotta do.
That's literally freaking me, although I don't complain to people. But that's literally me. In my mind, I'm always cursing everything that is. I'm still doing the shit that has to be done. But oh my god, does it take stress and effort to actually get it done?
But you just, you go out your way to really express how you feel negative wise. Like, you express your stress to the woman. A woman does not want to hear that. I'm telling you. A woman can care about you so much that she will listen to it. She will listen to you stress. She will listen to you complain. And she will sit there and try to reassure you, try to feel for you, try to even
The
solve.
problem is it doesn't work. I don't know about like I don't know about women that complain to men about their jobs, but about men, it usually doesn't help, and that's the problem. Why I never understood why would you complain to a woman about the stress you have, because that is the thing that a woman will try to cheer you up, to either congratulate you or tell you that everything is fine, and you will sit there as a man and think maybe, but that's not what, like, I need the problem solved. I need the shit to get done. Like, it's all good. I appreciate that you're reacting. And he's not going to tell her that it's straight up to her face. He's actually going to appreciate the fact. I mean, a normal man, not, a piece of shit. An actually good man, if he's already doing what he's not supposed to do. But okay, let's imagine he's complaining about the stress he's having. He will already, he will appreciate the fact that she's doing whatever she's doing. But inside of him, he realizes that it's not what's going to solve the problem. So it doesn't really move the needle. That is why you don't need to start this topic in the first place. Like, why would you start it?
Your problems. Like, a woman doesn't.
That's the difference with women, because women can just spill it all out and they can get a sorry or some understanding or a hug from a man and they'll be good. Even if that shit will still be somewhere hanging there undone, they will be good. Again, I'm talking about what I've witnessed from experience. If you're exceptional, if you're unique, I would really like to read this in the comments. I'm not lying. I really like one of the good advantages of the last reaction, even though it got a lot of negative reviews, was the fact that we had a couple of very interesting discussions in the comments section. So please feel free to go there.
Know exactly what to do in that moment, because you're either looking for a solution or you're looking for some sort of reassurance in that manner, and a woman does not know how to go about that. I'm telling you right now, a woman does not want unnecessary negativity that they can't solve for themselves. If it's under your problem solving, like if you know you can do it, why express it? Why express the stress? Why
Yes.
express the complaining? Why why drag your woman under the same boat as you? If you're drowning under the boat, why drag her with you? Like
I just had the example of Titanic in my mind. If you're drowning with the boat, don't don't drag your woman there. That's what they said on the Titanic. But okay, we've added up to the list. So, patience. Wait. Patience. No unnecessary negativity. That goes as number 2. Oh, I'm so hilarious.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's practically what it is. You're just dragging your woman under negativity and under the same boat as you. And a woman does not I'm telling you right now, she can act like she's trying to help and she can do it as long as she can, but it's going to get to a point where she's going to be fed up with it. And a woman wants to just be happy. She wants peace. She doesn't want to worry about your problems because quite honestly, it's not like she can solve them. Like she's got her own problems that she probably can't even solve. So it's like if you got your own problems as a man, I hate to say it, but it's your duty to solve your problems as a man. And for you to express that to your woman, you're just getting her out of her own femininity, and she cannot, all she can do is feel for you. And if
The thing is, you always have to have intentions. So a reason you would express your problems to a woman is that you need to have some intentions. You either want to make her think something of you, or you want to push some sort of action. But if you're a, like in my opinion, if you're a man or really any kind of person, I just don't know how to speak to women because I'm not a woman and they have different mindsets than I do. But for a man, this is a very good tip. If something doesn't move the needle, if any action that you take, whether it's speaking to someone, buying something, uh, deciding something, if it doesn't move the needle, why bother doing it? You know, just don't do it just for the sake of doing it. I'm sure you got other stuff to do.
that's not what you're looking for, then stop bringing up problems and stress to your woman because you're just going to make yourself mad. You're going to make yourself feel like more alone, and that's just not how you make your woman happy. You don't make your woman happy that way. You tell your woman that you solved your problem. That's how you make her happy. You tell her that you solved it and you were able to do it, and you know you're strong, and like you can tell your woman about the trials and tribulations of your problems. You can talk about the problem, okay? I'm not saying to avoid it completely, but if you haven't solved the problem yet and you haven't dealt with it and you're still talking about how it stresses you out,
That's why I like usually to solve a problem, even if it's like why did I add the like here? Even if it's super complicated, I first solve it, and then I tell this incredible story how I was this close from performing the biggest fail of my life, but then I succeeded. It's all people should know. It's all that matters.
that's where you lose it. That's where you lose the woman because the woman does not want to hear about that. She only cares about the results. Just like everyone else in this world, we only care about the results, right? We don't care if it was hard. We don't care if you couldn't get to it. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, the problem needs to be solved. And if you can't solve it, then you know that's your stress. That's your problem, and you can't put that on a woman that never wanted that in the first place. Like that doesn't make a woman happy. It doesn't. Like you can think it does, but it does not. I'm telling you. Another
Why
way,
should it make a woman happy? That's like the more tricky question. Because you're sharing your feelings. There's so many ways you can share your feelings because she gets to know the real you. But that's the real you. That should be the real you. You should be the problem solver. You should be the one who's taking over the world and dealing through stress. So when you open up from a position of succeeding. That's the real you. That should be the real you.
To make a woman happy is to always defend your woman. Always
Oh yeah,
defend
that's
her.
a W.
Whether
That's
it be your friends or
I
co-workers
don't know
or
why we're
family
getting even
members.
into
Like
this
whoever's
discussion.
talking about your woman, you defend them. You defend your woman because a woman.
Before she says anything, I just want to stick my 5 cents into this conversation. There is a rule that I apply to mostly everyone who I have close to me, whether it's friends, family, but especially women. If I'm with a girl, I tell her, listen, all of our problems that we have in between us, we're okay, we're gonna solve them, they're in between us. But when we are out there in the public, we are the best couple, we are them. So I got your back and you got mine, because we are one team out there. So everything that goes bad with you goes bad with me, and it's the same the other way. Therefore, I don't even know why Keira is going into this discussion. I think this should be obvious. It's not only about making a woman happy. I think it's more about respecting the relationship you're
Woman has intuitive skills like no other. I'm telling you, a woman will know. A woman will know if not that if you're talking about them, but if she knows that a friend or family member is talking bad about her and she knows that like it's just continuing, it's never stopping, like it keeps going, like that's a problem. That's a problem because she knows that you haven't defended her. Like if her name is keep being brought up to you and they're talking about how maybe she's not the right one for you, or they're questioning your relationship, or if anyone is questioning your woman, you defend them. You defend your woman. No.
even if it's your mom. Although I hate to say it, but even if it's your mom doing this, because you can listen to your mom giving you advice about women and who is right for you and who is wrong for you, but at the end of the day, it's your woman and not hers. So you listen to your mom's advice, you thanked her, you did everything you had as a man. Like, I'm not saying go argue with, like, you know, go aggressive on your mother, but I'm saying that you should keep peace. You should defend your woman, but at the same time keep peace and listen to people's advice, because it's always good to listen. Then you make a decision depending on your thoughts. But listen, don't argue, defend, and listen.
No matter what.
Also, shout out to my mom. I know you're watching this. Shout out. Hi, mom.
Because if you love her and you want her in your life, she needs to know that you are there for her and she can trust you and she can feel like she can confide in you and she can, like say that you're her man. But if you don't defend her, she's going to question your intention. She's going to question if, you even want her in your life. She's going to question that. And women, we have a tendency to question ourselves. And quite honestly, that's just a natural instinct in ourselves. We question ourselves because we are mainly emotions. We are mainly like full of hormones that make us question ourselves. So if a man's already not defending us, we're going to question if we're doing anything right. We're going to question if we're ugly or if we're a bad girlfriend, or like if we just did something wrong. And as a woman, that's not how can a woman be happy if she's questioning herself? Sincerely, like, defend your woman so she doesn't question herself. Like, there's no reason to not defend your woman. Like, if you don't want her in your life, just say that. Like, there's no reason to try to stoop on someone else's level just to eliminate the energy that you don't want. Like, just because someone thinks about your girl in a certain way doesn't mean you have to. Like, I don't understand that concept of like bros code and trying to like manipulate a guy into breaking up with his girlfriend or something. I don't like.
Hey, that's bullshit. That's not the bros code. That's never in the bros code. The bros code suggests that you give your advice, you give an advice, you can share your opinions, but you don't break your boy with the girl. No. Where did you even hear about this? Like, there is obviously the rule bros before hoes, but that doesn't apply to your girl. You don't look at your girl as a hoe. Nobody looks, your bros don't look at your girl as a hoe. God, Keira, the disrespect on the bros code. At least here, keep it respectfully.
Like, defend your girlfriend, just defend her. Even with your family, like your parents, like if your mom or dad is telling you, oh, like I don't think this is the girl for you, or like you can find better, this is not the girl that I really pictured for you. This is crazy because family members will manipulate you the most because they really think that they can manipulate you and they think that they know what's best for you.
The problem is they often don't do it with bad intentions. This is the most hilarious part because they think that they are actually doing good for you in life, and since you do not agree with them, they think of that you're going against them, that you disrespect them, and you don't really love them because they're doing it with good intention, and you still go against them. Why are you being so bad to us? And again, that's why I said, listen, don't argue, keep the peace, protect, defend. Again, listen, don't argue, keep the peace, defend.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, and that's up to you to decide. So if you really believe your family members, then that's when you break up with your girlfriend. But if you don't believe your family members, that's when you defend your girlfriend, because as a man, that is your legacy. Like, you are starting a family with a woman. If you are with a woman,
the blood of my child is gonna have her blood as well. That should be a quote.
Woman that you truly want to be with for the rest of your life, you defend her. Like, what's wrong with you if you don't? Like, what's wrong with you? Do you not want a family? Do you not want a legacy? Do you not want your own children to look up to you?
Imagine if it's just a dink watching this and he doesn't really want
you and to look up to your wife. You know, like, wouldn't you want your kids to respect their wives? Like, in a sense, you have to think about your children, even if they're not real, even if they're not even here yet. Like, you have to think, like, as a man, your legacy, like, you have to think in the future. So defending your woman to your family members is definitely, like, key, because family members will always have the most to say about your personal life. It's the truth. Like, you know, every family member is going to have an opinion.
It's super weird. I thought that English is your native language, but if you listen the amount of times she uses the word like, I use this word less than she does.
So defending your woman will definitely make her happy. It'll make her trust you more, and quite honestly, it's the best way to build trust, is to defend her and to reassure her through someone else. Reassuring a woman in her face is one thing, but to reassure a woman through another person respecting her, it's like stamping a notary on the relationship. It's like stamping.
That's the only reason I rewinded it for 5 seconds.
Like, no, this is my girlfriend, this is my future wife, and we're gonna make this happen. It's like you're already married.
The girl doesn't want to be your future wife. Oh, that would be a big L, bro. That would be a big L. I hope no one experiences this.
Manifesting it because you're telling that to someone else and not just your woman. Definitely tell your woman. Definitely tell her. Reassure her. That's another way to make her happy. But through another person really notarizes it. It really solidifies and cements that fact. Another way to make a woman happy, for a high value woman, honestly, because there's a lot of women out there that are out there for money and are gold digging and will do anything to have you buy something for them. In order to make a woman happy, do little things for her that do not cost money. That is the simplest way to make a woman happy. It's simple. Like, if a woman really needs to go out to a restaurant to have a good time with you, or to, you know, feel like she's out and about and feeling valued, like, that's a red flag. Okay, a woman should be able to want to do these things for free, just to be with you, just to spend time with you. Like, go to a nature park, get her, pick a flower for her. Like, you don't even have to purchase flowers, pick a freaking flower. You know what I'm saying? Like, something free that she can value and she can cherish. Because it's the stuff that you spend money on that is invaluable. Like, there's no value there. Someone can always buy something for your girlfriend, okay?
It's not always even about this. It's what she's kind of right, but what she probably should put is try to do valuable things. So it's not always about the money or the amount of things that you can buy, but it's you showing her that you value her in your life. For example, even giving her something that you heard her mentioning 3 months ago while you were walking past this pastry shop, and she said, "Oh, look, these type of cookies, this type of, I don't know, okay, I named pastry shop, but you can really name anything. This type of bread reminds me of my childhood." And then you go in the morning and you buy that bread for her. It, first of all, let's hope she had a happy childhood. That's why that bread reminds her of that childhood. But second of all, you still spent money on it, right? Maybe not even a lot, because buying bread in the pastry shops is more expensive than in a supermarket. But by buying the bread doesn't mean it can even taste bad. Like, you don't know how it tastes before you buy it, really. But just giving her that bread shows you that you listen to her and you remember some of her stuff, and you wanted to make her happy by reminding her of her childhood. So it's about the valuable things, I would say.
Someone
Little, big, you can always think of the big, but the little ones are just easy to do it. So you can make them often to make the woman feel more happy more often.
can always buy something, period. You can't always build a memory based off of straight creativity or straight passion and love and the actual intention of giving her something that you are really passionate about, like even a card, a handmade card, or like just a bunch of free stuff, like free things. Go to a park, or even just go on a walk with them, like free things. I'm telling you, there's so much you can do that will make her feel like she's not just being paid for, like you're not just trying to keep her through money. And it's like a reverse psychology effect, because men really think that you need to spend money on a woman to keep her happy. That's not true. It's not true. The thing is, in order for a woman to
The problem is that with money you can just give her more value. I mean, back to the example with the bread. If that bread reminds her of her childhood, sure, you can go and buy the bread and remind her of it. But if you have more money, you can just buy the pastry shop and have that bread get delivered every single day. I swear, that's the only difference. Both are equivalently the same. So again, the problem is that a lot of the times men just don't know how to spend the money on their woman. And moreover, it's way harder for them to figure this value thing when they don't have money. That becomes a problem. But again, it all comes from attention. Listen to her. Listen to her. Take some notes inside your head, what she likes and what she doesn't. And when the chance gives it to you, make her happy.
feel like she's stable in the relationship, you have to have some sort of security, okay? Security is a main factor to make a woman happy, okay? Security. What you do with that money, she does not care. She just cares that you have it. Okay, she just cares that you have something to really build a stable security home or foundation for yourself, for both of you guys, for a future family. Like, that's what a woman looks for. A woman looks for a man that's able to provide some sort of security for a future family.
This is one of the reasons why, if you look at these mafia families, the woman really doesn't care where the guy gets the money. I'm not propagating mafia right here, but what I'm saying is that she just knows that stuff gets fixed. She just knows that the man has money. It's all good. Just like, where, why, how, with whom he has to talk about this. Does she really care? No. But the bills are paid. The kids are well dressed. She can attend a good massage salon or whatever. That's been taken care of.
That's it. That's it. A woman does not need a gold digging rich man, okay? I don't need a gold digging rich man. I say a high value man is a man that can build his foundation, have it, and he can spend that on whatever he feels he can invest it on. Okay?
That is the
Like, a
problem.
woman
Why a
does
lot
not need
they don't need very gold rich. The problem is that a lot of the times it's the gold and rich guys who know how to deal with those money and know how to spend it correctly, or they just have more, so to say, ways to spend it better. So the less you have, the more careful you have to be with it. That is true. But that's also why a lot of these, for example, a lot of, I don't want to call them losers, so I don't offend anyone really, and for no reason. But a lot of those who get rich without really understanding how they got there, they might have a lot of money, but there's also a reason why they go bankrupt within years. It's just that, as the same way they didn't know how it appeared, the same way they don't know how it disappeared. So you really need someone who, or in general, you just need to know how to control. And really, it doesn't matter if you have a million, 1,000, 100,000, but you need to know how to control this money, how to make sure they are spent correctly. That's it. That's the game.
need the guy with the rich car, the nice car, or the big mansion house, or the nicest clothes, the nicest teeth, the always a haircut every week or every other week, whichever. Like, a woman just wants a man who goes out his way and expresses his love to her in the most beautiful, passionate, like, no money, no substance way, like, no materials, something that she can hold on to and cherish, like a drawing or a poem, something that she can, a picture, a photo, like, things like this women hold on to way more than a purse or maybe like an outfit or something you can buy for her. A woman will hold on to something more cherishable, more intimate than just a materialistic item. I'm telling you, like, I don't give a frick about materials. I don't care. And for women who really do care about that,
You do care. You do care, just in not in that, so to say, big of a way, but you do care. There's a reason why you dress this specific way and not in a pajama.
telling you, you will find out like the first impression. You will always find out how a woman is and what her drives and motives are through first impression. First impressions are everything. You can't hide away from them. And yeah, don't try to make a materialistic woman happy, because you'll be broke. Straight up, okay? And another way to make a woman happy, obviously, is the stability in your home, security, is honestly reassurance. Just like reassure her, like let her know why you're with her. Not every day, okay? Like, reassurance is in the fact, like, when
And yet another day we've stuck together. Imagine starting your morning like this. That would be fun.
you feel like it's needed. You know, if you feel like she's questioning herself or she's looking in the mirror a certain way, like that's when you need to understand your woman, okay? Understanding your woman is one of the most valuable ways to keep a relationship, honestly. It's the best way to keep a relationship. And being a man, you have goals, okay? Being a man, you're just a little more disciplined. I mean, I feel like everyone has their own levels of discipline, but I feel a man is just more goal-driven, okay? To keep a woman happy, you have a goal, right? And you reach your goal. You need to have a goal every single time you reach a goal. You need to always have something planned. You need to have a future plan for yourself. As a woman, we question our decisions so much. We question what we want to do with our lives. We question if we want to be a mother. We question if we want a career. We question so many decisions that we just need a man who knows what he wants for his future. If you don't know what you want in your future, then you probably shouldn't be in a relationship.
Boom!
As a man. As a woman, it's different. Because a woman can hop around and be so volatile, and her hormones allow her to be volatile.
We're not
A
making
woman
that
can
joke. We're not making that
change
joke.
her life in 2 weeks
Hopping
to a
around.
month. Like a woman can change her life like this. A man, he can change his life in a snap, but it's not as volatile as a woman. The man's world.
He can do it when he doesn't have to be responsible for someone. When he gets into a relationship, and I swear I can see it from my I'm not going to mention his name, but from my experience and from the people who I've talked to, there is a huge difference. When you're on your own, as a man, it's even easier to hop from one distance to another. Today you're a plumber, tomorrow a builder, next day you're a Lenin. On another, when you're in a relationship, you are responsible already for someone. So you have to remember that when you are popping around, she is also popping around with you. She's with you. So in order to avoid this turbulence for her, you need to be set. You need to be clear. You don't necessarily have to have everything figured out, but you need to be clear about what is on there.
World is not as easy as a woman's world, so a man kind of needs to have a concrete, direct path for himself. At least for a relationship, a traditional family, and to feel like there's security in the future. Okay, if you don't know what you want in the future, how can a woman know that there's security there? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of making her happy. That's part of her planning if she can have kids.
I've only noticed, why does she have an NBA LeBron James poster behind? Let's hope that that's her boyfriend's. Or actually, why hoping? Well, that's an interesting question. I spotted it.
Kids with you, and if she feels safe around you, if her kids can feel safe, if she's able to wake up and feel like, you know, her man is out getting it, like he's out for the hunt, and he's coming home with dinner on the plate, and the roof's over your head, and the bills are paid. That's what the woman cares about, okay? And a woman is able to work. A woman is able to do all those things, but she wants to know that her man has that for himself all the way through his future. You don't need to know exactly. You don't need to know exactly pinpoint by pinpoint, but you need to at least have a goal set after every goal you reach. You need to have
I have dreams. I have goals. Now on to the next one. The great Harvey Specter.
a goal-driven mindset to keep a woman happy. If you don't have a goal-driven mindset, you can keep her happy for so long until she finally realizes, hey, I'm growing up now and I kind of want a family, and this dude is not family material. I don't see myself being with him. Out. It's easier for a woman to walk away than for a man, okay? A man can walk away. I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying the woman's life is a little easier to go find something new, to try something new, to put herself in new rooms and new doors and experiences. It's easier for a woman to get through doors. Okay, so if you want a woman in your life and you want to make her happy, these are the things you need to do to keep her happy. and to keep the relationship afloat, keep it in a solid foundation so that there is a future.
Right.
And I'm not talking about how to attract a woman, okay? This is not attracting a woman. This is keeping a woman
That's
happy.
important. Keeping.
How to keep a woman happy. And this can be through friendships, like a woman friendship. Like if you're friends with a woman and you just want to make her happy, this is how you make her happy, okay? But in a relationship, this is really what I mean. In a
You're
relationship,
not gonna make a joke about that
if
either.
you're already in a relationship with a woman, this is how you make her happy. And if you're already doing these things, then I feel like, you're making your woman happy, and I mean, if you're not loyal, then, that's kind of self-explanatory. Obviously, being loyal is part of making a woman happy.
But I think
part
it
of
comes
making
from
a
the
man
defense
happy
as
too.
well.
But I'm being more specific towards the woman and the woman's perspective. Obviously, being loyal is a huge factor in a relationship, being loyal, having some sort of, like, self-confidence in yourself, like, those go self-explanatory, and that goes for both men and women. But I feel like these need to be said for keeping a woman happy, and there's a lot of confusion because, I mean, I hate to say it, but nowadays women are becoming more gold digging than anything. Like, we are literally looking for a rich man, a rich, like, house. We want everything,
I don't think that is really the problem. I think the problem is that you now have so many choices out there that much more women have understood that, okay, it's easier to get a high value man than before, with the rise of social media, Tinders, all of this stuff, traveling around the world. With the rise of all that, it simply got easier. So you can't really say that women became more gold digging. I think that their chances of finding a gold giving, let's call him like this, a gold giving man, just became higher. That's it.
They're so materialistic that the economy is shit. That's how bad it is. So
Exactly. Because we're talking about that inflation, we're talking about shit economy, but at the same time, they are looking for that man, which proves my point. Because all men lost, if you think about this, or most of them lost, but the women are looking because they know they can find those who didn't.
just wanted it to be known that you can keep a woman happy without spending a freaking dime. Okay, it's all it takes is patience.
No, you can't, because you just talked about security and the bills being paid. I mean, I get what you're trying to deliver, but just be clear when you're delivering it.
Patience, determination, energy, time. Like, look at this. I'm naming off a freaking bulletin board. Like, if you want a relationship, this is what it takes, okay? And if you don't want a relationship, then swipe away. Like, you don't need
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not staying single.
to watch this video because, I mean, why would you need to make a woman happy? But yeah, this is how you make a woman happy, and, like, I feel like this is the best way to explain it. So thank you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Wow, every day a new video. Moral of the story. Moral of the story. Let me read my notes. If you want to keep a woman happy, you have to be patient. You don't need to be unnecessarily negative. You have to defend her, do little things, take care of the security, so make her feel safe, reassure her when it's needed, and be a goal-driven man. All you need to know, the secret ingredient to make a woman happy. Does it work? Is it all? I don't really know. That's why I am waiting for you in the comments section, because this is where the discussion starts. It's not with me here reacting to videos. No, it starts in the comments. So I'm waiting for you out there. For those of you watching live right now, for those of you watching this on replay, and especially you, if you're watching this on replay, please hit the like button or the dislike button if you didn't like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you did like the reaction. We're diving into another reaction right now. That is for those of you watching it live on Twitch and live on YouTube or any other social media platform. But for those of you who are watching this on replay, I'll see you in my other reactions.